Hello everyone, Vicky Ashard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be painting these gifts on the table and then the balloons, maybe. We'll see how long I work on the gifts. We will see. I finished, the cupcakes last week, and then I actually did my other work, which was my pressed floral work. I have a job to do for someone that I'm really enjoying. So now it's back to the painting, okay? This is an illustration for my book. It's a children's book, and I'm really excited about it. I'm so excited about it, and I'm really hoping to be able to get that published. But I wanted to show you now today. I wanted to. This is how I drew the this gift here, and then this gift right here. And I liked maybe a little bit more dimension on this, so I'm going to show you how I did that on my drawing here. Okay, so what I did was I used my kneaded eraser, and comes in really handy. Now, if I had drawn right on my paper, my watercolor paper, it would have been really easy to get all the lines out of, which I couldn't do because it's actually, I used a graphite paper, and I traced my work, and I put it right on the paper. So it's a little harder to use this to take off the lines, but I was able to do a little bit, and I just want to show you the look of what it was before I made some changes, and maybe that's hard to see. So what I'll do is I'll actually go on my drawing and show you how I did that. Okay, so to add a little bit more dimension, I erased the top of this with my graphite eraser, on my watercolor paper, took a ruler, and I made a line from this corner, about right like that, and then this corner, the same type of line, and the same way, not over here or up and down, but the same way. And then I took my ruler, made that part so that it's, like a 3D look. And then I erased on my drawing this side a bit. And then I took my ruler, and I wanted it to be the same. See, I have, how many lines here? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I brought it down here, same way. And then I took my ruler and brought it here. Okay, I try to get rid of this line a little bit too, and I was able to a little bit more. So right now we have it looking like that, which is better, but the ribbon has to go back on this top. So I just took my ruler and I went the same length and the same way to bend that ribbon on top. See there? And this one I just brought on the side. So I just went like this. And there, I think it looks a lot better, don't you? It's going to be nicer because it's going to be 3D now. And then now this one, I thought I was going to leave this one alone because it's facing this way. This was kind of on its side. And like I'm going to erase these lines. I'm not going to go inside, of course, here. So this is going to be kind of setting on the table downwards, looking downwards. And then this one I thought needed a little dimension here. So I am going to show you how I did that too. So I took my ruler again, and I went that way to the left. That was 4, okay, 4 lines. All right, and then this here. Or you know what? This one I kept this one I kept straight. I thought it's kind of on this side, so you don't really see that part, I don't think, much. And then I went to the bottom with my 4 lines. And then I made this side dimensional. I believe that's what I did. Yeah, a little bit, not as much as this, but made this one a little bit, not as high. I didn't go as high. So this one actually, I didn't make the side bigger. I just did the top. This is all I did, which I like. That's fine. I didn't make this side here, so we'll just keep that there like that. Okay, and I brought this down a bit. I didn't go as wide. All right, so we're going to be painting this now. So I'm going to be putting my sketch back up here. And I actually made some colors, and they are going to be, background's going to be lemon yellow and ink tense, sort of like these cupcakes, but a little probably lighter in the background. And then the one balloon and one gift is going to be raw sienna and burnt sienna, which is really pretty because it's raw sienna is kind of yellow. I love that. That's going to be this one. And then another one is going to be green gold and sap green, which I just love. There. That's going to be this one against this background here, which I think will look really sharp looking, really pretty. And this is going to be against this table. So that'll look pretty, I think. The gold against, you know, that is permanent rose and burnt umber. And then this balloon and one of the balloons and this gift's going to be a navy blue, which I thought was interesting too. These colors, I love these colors together. The navy blue is a cad red hue and ink tense together. That's how you make that. And these are all Winsor Newton Cotman, except the green gold and sap green. The green gold is actually the professional green gold. It's still Winsor Newton, but it's the professional. So there's all my colors, and let's get started. Okay, let's paint this gift. All right, so let's see if I'm going to spritz this. It's been sitting just a bit. Okay, we'll put our colors here. And okay, so let's get our kind of our yellowish brownish one. And that one's going to be sitting on the table. Okay, I'm going to get it kind of light at first. I don't want to go too dark. Okay, using my number 4. That's the ribbon there, so I'm going to skip that for now. So excited about this project. I started writing this book a long time ago, and I'm hoping to get it published when I can. I'm going to be probably working with someone to help me do that. It's a wonderful story. I just love the story behind it, the meaning. It's about children feeling, you know, good about themselves, and that they're wonderfully made, and then that they're all different. Everybody's different, which is a good thing, and it's okay to be different, you know. And then there's a second meaning behind it, which is be kind to everyone, you know, be kind. And so I'm just really excited about it. I think there are two messages that children can learn from, and it's actually a story to read at bedtime. It's a good night story. You know, it's really cute. It's really really cute, and so I call it "Good Night, Little Giraffes." And I love to paint animals, so there's a lot of animals in it. I don't want to tell you too much about it. I want to leave it a little bit of a surprise here and there. But this is one of the illustrations. So this is going along good. I love this color. Like I say, it's so nice and bright and cheerful, you know? We need a little cheer in our world, don't we? In our days. It can be a hard, tough world, really, sometimes. Good news, we had really nice weather today. Oh my. That was really good news. To have, you know, a nice walk and not be so cold. Okay, that looks good. I'm just going to leave that for a while now. Go on to my next gift, which is the green, gold, and sap green. I just love this color. Love it. It's different than, you know, just sap green. This I'm kind of visualizing in the back of my mind like a maybe some kind of bag that it's in. The one thing you can do if you're finding that you have items here to paint and you have something in the middle that's already painted, and you can put a piece of paper down and then not worry about, you know, getting your paint on there or your hand rubbing up against your you know, this kind of stuff that I need to still paint. So I don't want this to go away. If I rub my hand on there too much, I won't be able to see. You know, I use that graphite tissue. You know, it's like a tissue paper. It's graphite paper, and it's not too dark. So you can do that. You can put your you know, your paper down there. Your just a piece of any kind of paper. You know. So this is like, you know, tissue paper that somebody would maybe put in there in the gift bag or a birthday party. I'm getting my gifts ready for Easter. Easter's coming up this Sunday already. Oh my goodness, do you believe it? Okay, that's all I'm going to do on this gift right now. And I'm going to go to this gift here. And let's do our navy blue. Oh, I thought this is so interesting, how to get navy blue. And that was that CAD, let's see, that was CAD red hue. That's this one. Can you see this? Let's see. CAD red hue. And then you put your ink tints together. And that makes this beautiful, beautiful navy blue. So it's so exciting working with color. I just love working with color. Do you? I suppose you probably do if you're watching this too. You'd probably like that too, right? Okay. And let's do this one. Isn't that so pretty? The navy blue. I'm gonna spritz this a little bit, get a little bit more water in there. Want kind of, you know, straight lines for sure, because it is a gift. I think I'll do what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these lines down here. Now, the one thing you can do if you're doing, you know, a bunch of lines, you can put your masking tape down if you wanted to do that and get really straight lines, you know, on both sides. Of course, you'd have to wait for each one to dry. That's something you can do. I did that on my bike when I painted my bike. You know, the rods, kind of like by the, you know, the whole bike. I used that masking tape to get really straight lines over to each side. Now I wanted to paint, I didn't want to paint all blue on this illustration, and I didn't want to paint all pink, you know, because I think like I want it to be for both boys and girls. So I chose colors that were for boys and girls. Because I'm sure that there's going to be, you know, boys and girls reading the book. I'm going to refer back. I'm going to look at my illustration or my drawing here. Okay, so that it kind of ran together, but I see that if I go straight up, I will miss that ribbon. That's what I want to do, and go kind of by the top part of that. That's why using your reference photo that you drew is important to keep it, you know, by you in case you need to refer to it. Okay, let's see here. Looks good. This one's not as straight, but if I get it too, if I go one more up, it's going to be too wide. So I'm going to just leave that like that. I think I'm going to put one little one here in the middle. I think I'm going to use my number 2 brush for that. Get a little smaller. So those that celebrate Easter, are you ready? Are you getting ready this week? We got our ham. Our ham was on sale. $42 ham for $10. Yeah. And then my husband makes a delicious glaze for it that a lot of, you know, everybody loves. I don't eat it because I can't. Does it have brown sugar in it? I think brown sugar. Try not to eat any sugars. Okay, I'm gonna just leave that. We'll go back to this gift here. Now what I'm going to do here is, let's see, I'll get my color. I'm going to make all of this darker. Let's see if I can make this darker here. Going to need a couple glazes, I can see that. One thing I haven't figured out for this one, I don't know what color I'm going to make with that bow. It's kind of a yellowish, goldish. What do you think? What's your opinion? What would you do? I like the ribbon, this color. I don't think I want the bow this color. I'm not sure about that. Kind of a yellowish goldish. What would look nice with that? So yeah, we got our ham, and I've been making Jello. My daughter, she's a little concerned with the dyes, so I'll have to actually gather the ingredients I make for Jellos now. I never had to think about that, you know, with my children growing up, but she's a little concerned with that. So, and they're very good. The Jellos are very good. Um, you know, you buy this gelatin, you put apple juice in it. I'll have to get all those ingredients one day and tell you about that. I'm just not sure at this point what exactly is the, you know, what I use, but she's happy with what I got for her children, you know. Uh, Turned out, you know, pretty nice, pretty good, tasty for them. And there's one with mandarin oranges I make. This year, I'm going to make, you know, those lamb cakes that you can make, you know, you can get that mold. Well, this year, I'm not going to make the lamb cake. I'm going to make a double layer. Wait, let me concentrate here. I got to kind of breathe when I make this line. And this line here, so you take a deep breath. Oh, I guess I'll put this one in too. But the cake's gonna be, it's gonna be 2 layers round. The top part is gonna be uh smaller than the bottom. And then I'm gonna go to this place that you can go there for classes if you wanted to. I never did, but it's a really good place because they have unusual, like, different things. I looked online, I couldn't really find what I needed. I found sheep um that you know, there was a mold to sheep, but I want lambs. And so, you know, the Lamb of God, sacrificial lamb, you know, Jesus was the Lamb of God. And all right, I'm going to leave this here like that for now. Think about that bow a little bit. This one's not too straight. I could put my masking tape on that a little bit, get that a little straighter. I could try to make it straight. Let's see what I could do. It doesn't have to be exactly straight, but I want it straighter than what it is. Just going to fill it in a bit. Oh, that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to make this part wider. Oh, I'm getting kind of an idea for the color maybe I want for the bow. Since I have for the bow. Okay, I have raw sienna and burnt sienna. Is it raw sienna? Raw sienna and burnt sienna. So I could use the raw sienna for the bow, just the raw sienna maybe. That's the yellower one. That would be nice, I think. And we'll see. All right, let me work on this a little bit more here. I want to make a little bit of a line here because this is kind of has a line from my first drawing. I don't like the way that comes down here. Let's see. I'd be able to take a little bit of color out, excuse me, on the corner here. Let me see if I could do that. It kind of went a little, yeah. Take a little bit out. Oh, I don't need to use my Kleenex. Okay. This area right here, I think I'm going to go down there also. Okay. So you can see the line from my tracing paper. And I don't want that to be showing on this. Oh, and then we have sweet potatoes. Y'all like sweet potatoes? Oh, they're the best. I don't get them very often. Just for oh, the holidays, and then sometimes I'll pick one up once in a while. Okay. All right. I'm going to wait to do the bow on that. Let's go back now to our lime green bag. And I'm going to go a little darker with this color, this color here. I'm going to kind of pretend that these are like shadows of the tissue paper. Kind of visualize that in my mind. You know how it kind of bunches up. Okay. And then this part here, I want it darker also here. This is the color I use when I paint trees and want the light, you know, it looks like the light is shining in the trees. Love this green gold color, it's so pretty. Okay. And then I'm just gonna go give it a little bit more shadow. Like that. And let's see. I made sure I had enough paint. I'm almost thinking that I do need to put a piece of paper down here for this right here. Okay. See if I don't think I have it, yeah. In the back of that. Okay, let's see here. Put some shadows like creases on this bag here, like that. And then a little bit on the bottom. Make it kind of dark down at the bottom here. Okay. So let's see if I can get a little bit of the raw sienna, which is this one right here. Just the raw sienna. I'm gonna go right in here. I don't think I'll. Let me see if I like this. Very light. And that's our first glaze on that. Looks kind of pretty. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave that for a minute, and we're going to go back to our navy blue one. Navy blue gift. And let's see. I think I'm going to, yeah, I can, okay. Make it very, very light. Not enough water. Sometimes I do that. I put paint on my brush and then it's like, where's the color? Okay, here it is. I want it in between the darker lines. I want it lighter. I think that would be pretty. So, what do you eat for Easter time? I don't know what we'd have if we didn't have the ham. Not sure. So, tell me what you have. It'd be interesting to know. So then I got gifts for everybody. I'm really excited to give them the gifts. I always like that. Have a little bit of an Easter egg hunt and the candies and a few little gifts. You know, I got the 9 grandchildren and the 2 great-grandchildren, so everybody won't be here. You know, I have to share my kids with the in-laws, of course. Sometimes, you know, they don't come. Uh, so that's what's happening a little bit, you know, but what'll happen then is I'll deliver the gifts to them, you know, and some food is what I'll do. Oops, went in the wrong blue here. Let's see, let's get the right blue, the navy blue. I love navy blue when I paint. I think I'm going to dry this a little bit, dry all of this first. Okay, here we go. All right, I want to put some edges on this gift here, which so I'll go to a smaller brush, my number 2, and put this here like this. Gives it just a little dimension on top, which it needed, I thought. See there? Okay. There's this one here. Can you see this one here? So far, I gotta do this bit here, right here, don't I? This bottom part. Make it look like a box. Now, what color am I gonna do the bow on this one? Navy blue and red always goes nice. But if I throw a red in there, I won't have red in any other place. I think I'm going to keep it navy blue actually. And this one, let's work on the bow with this one. Let's go around with a little bit of the burnt sienna and the raw sienna together around this bow. So it's darker. And I cover up my lines from tracing it. Sometimes I get in too big of a hurry, and I don't think to, you know, I got to keep my brush up so that it's nice and thin. Yes, when when you paint, it makes, each individual subject that you paint, I find that if I take my time, it all comes together, you know, better. Okay, now a little bit of, let me get this dried. Okay, a little bit too much paint right here. Comes out really nicely. See that? I went over, I put my brush kind of down. Right now I'm gonna, instead of up. Okay, so I'm gonna put a few highlights on this. So I need some of this darker color here. And let's see, I'm just gonna go right in here like this. Down like this. And then, because we don't want it looking too flat, right? This part that I have this line here that I made it first, I'm gonna go down here a little bit and make a, a little shadow down here and here, and maybe, see, maybe right on top here a little bit too, just a little bit, just a little bit. And then I think what I'll do is I'll make the middle this green gold. I think it would be pretty. And then I think what I'll do is I'll take the darker color, make sure this is dried. And then let's see, take the green or the darker color. I'm going to make dots on this bow like this. I think that would be cute. I love dots on things. Do you? See here. Now this one I got a little bit too together. Let me see if I can, this one blended together. This one right here. It's a little tedious. Dry that. Now let's see, a little bit darker in here. A dot, dot, there. Okay, good. Now this package here, I think I'm going to go bigger dots. So I'm going to use my number 4 brush and put some dots in there too. Get a little bit more sap green so it's darker than the green gold. Let's see if I can put those in. Kind of makes it fun, for a party, birthday party. See a little bit more on my brush. Get a little bit more. See, point my brush a little bit. Not very pointed here. Kind of, there we go. Okay, I like that. Now I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow here. Shadow's going to be coming from this way. Blend that out a bit more, get a little bit of water on there. Okay. Take some paint off, a little on. And maybe a little blending here too of these colors here. A little bit more paint on my brush, a little bit more. Okay. All right, I'm going to dry this a minute here. I'm going to put a little bit more green on these lines here. I lost a little bit of that. I don't want to lose that. Get a little bit more paint on this side here. Okay. Just like in our cupcakes that we made these points, I want to make sure that these points are noticeable. Okay, make some of these a little darker. All right. Okay, good. Like that. All right, now this gift here, I am going to make this ribbon, I think, kind of dark. We got the dark lines. So what do you think of these two so far? You like that? And then the table is going to be kind of reddish brownish. So I think that would look real pretty. And then so let's see. This is, did I put color on that? I think I did. Let's see. Let's get the bow painted. I want it kind of dark. Oh, I thought of one other book, a children's book that I can write. And I actually have a nature book that I want to write too. Actually, I think I'm going to write 2 more children's books. You know, how you think about things, right? I don't know if it, I hope so. I hope I can do that. 2 more children's books and a nature book after this one. But, everything takes time. I do have the family, and I want to make sure that I am spending time with the family a lot, so because they grow up so quickly, the grandchildren, very quickly, I'm finding. All right, now that's not as dark as I want, but that's a start. Actually, I like this color. I think I'm not going to change that. I might, what should I put in here? The green or the darker? I think the darker blue. Let me see if I can get it really dark. I'm going to have to put a couple glazes on this, I think, to make it really dark. One, two. I have like about like four like round areas that I'm putting, you know, painting right now. So I like that. That needs to be a little darker though. Let's see. I'm gonna put a little bit more paint on the middle here. Yeah, everything takes time. You're seeing this in real time. There we go. Looks a little darker. I like that. And then one little one in the middle. That looks better. And then a little bit of a shadow, I think, on these parts would be nice. Just here and there, you know, not all of them. I'm going to blend that in a little bit there. Okay. And then just a little bit, I'm going to use my number 4 brush. Go in with just a bit of a shadow here. And a little bit more here. Maybe in here. Just like that. That's probably good. There we go. How about on top? The shadow here on top too. A little bit of shadow on top of there. There. And there's that one. Okay, now this one, I'm looking at this. I'm going to give this one a highlight. It's two, and then maybe this one too. I think it needs a highlight. So let's do that. Okay, so we put our shadows in, but I think especially this one, I'm gonna put, here I got my paper, my Kleenex ready. Take a bit of this color out. Let's see how it lifts. That green gold. It's a little staining. It's not too much. So let me see if I can, seems like I should get a little bit of white in here. Maybe I should have actually left a little bit of, you know, color out of this one. Got a piece of hair there. I got it. That's coming out. It's coming out somewhat. Okay, a little bit here I want. Just a little bit. We don't want everything too samey, right? Samey. There, it's lifting right here. Good. Okay. Like that. Okay, now let's try it on this gift here. See how it brings out a little highlight. All right, now let's do a highlight on here. I think I'll go on this side this time. Take some color out of here. These shouldn't be staining colors. Excuse me. Raw sienna and burnt sienna. They shouldn't be too staining. A little bit more highlight here. Okay, it's coming out. Good. And I think on this top here, I want a little bit of highlight. If you don't have shadows or highlights in your painting, remember we put the color, we took some color out, and then I put some color in. You know, that's what you want to accomplish in your paintings. Otherwise, it looks too flat. And this is the fun part. I just love this part of doing that. This one's pretty nice. I think it needs a little highlight on the bow, actually. Let's see. Yeah, that makes it look better. Okay. And then maybe like right here, get a little of that color out. Maybe even some on the ribbon here. Let's see. Well, I call it ribbon, but it's like maybe a striped type of, you know, part of the gift paper maybe. And a little bit right here. Let's see, did I get all that bow I wanted to? Yeah, I like it highlighted like that. Okay, how much time did, oh, let's see, I got 52 minutes in. Oh my goodness. I think I'll stop there. And I'm going to do the balloons right now, but I'm going to turn this video off. And because it's getting a little long. I don't want you guys to get too bored. You know what, I'm going to put a little bit of highlight too on this kind of, oh yeah, that looks real nice. I like that. Oh, that's a lot of highlight, isn't it? Oh, I kind of like that color better. Looks a little brighter. It's looking too dark or something for me. Yeah, I like that better. I'm going to get this ribbon a little lighter. Just leave a little bit. Okay. I think we are done with the gifts. And I will show you. I'm going to town on this highlighting. I like this just a little bit maybe here. But this was our kind of our staining color, wasn't it? Green gold. So I don't know. Yeah, well, okay. All right. There you have it. All the gifts are painted. And I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to paint the balloons. And then I'm going to stop because I got to go work on my pressed floral work. And one day I'll probably tell you about that. I'm doing a custom job for someone. So anyway, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you see you next time. And we'll be working on, I don't know what. We'll see how far I get, because this week too, I'm going to be getting the Easter gifts ready. So I probably won't do much on this. But we'll see what I can get done. All right then. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day, and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Share it with all your friends, all your crafty and art friends. Make one big community. Okay. See you next time. Bye for now.